Hi, Cindy Crane here from Miniature Luxuries and Papers. Really glad to be here today and show you what I've put together. I've done 10 different layouts for you to take a look at. And to be honest, I haven't done scrapbooking in a very long time, and I had a great time putting it together. It was a little hard to choose my favorites, but I hope you like them. Okay, the first pages I'm going to show you from the collection called Imagine. The entire theme is based on art, creativity, music, anything to do with feeling creative and expressing yourself. These are the two sheets that I used for the background. Now for the embellishments, I used this sheet, and I just cut out phrases and things that I liked and just included them on the pages. I also used a foam tape underneath just to give it a little extra dimension. And as another addition, I used the decorative chips. And these have the music theme. This next layout is from the collection called Forest. It's a totally nature theme, and for the backgrounds, I used the bark, which is a beautiful textural effect. And you can see on the one page, I used the other side with the fox. Now I added the layers for photos and journaling, but in addition, I had this sheet. You can see on the back that I've just cut out sections of it. You can put another photo in here, do a little journaling, and then I just use them also as embellishments on the page. The next collection is Sweetie. This is a newer collection and is just so much full of fun and a little bit of whimsy also. For this one, I just chose to the background pages, but if you wanted a little tea party theme, you could use the back side for one of the pages. Now, for the journaling and the card and the photos, I just used the card sheet. And you can see there's also images on the back, so if you just wanted to use it as an accent, that would work as well. Now for the embellishments on this one, once again, I used the decorative chips. These are really finely made, and you just have to snip where they're attached. And they're actually made of cardboard. You can paint them or stain them. And finally, the chipboard. These are dimensional pieces, and they have adhesive on the back. And you can use these on cards or as I have on the scrapbook pages. There's a lot of really good uses for this one. And one of the most universally popular themes is Alice in Wonderland. Stamperia has put together a beautiful set of papers. And for this one, I used the just plain dotted background. But of course you have the image of Alice in Wonderland, and that's always beautiful. Now for the embellishments, I used the chipboard again. Now these are a little bit different. They're something new. And what they have is little gold foiling. So they really add a little bit of punch to your sheet. And then for the cards and the journaling cards and the photo frames, I've used another double-sided sheet. There's also images on the back. The next collection is called The House of Roses. This one almost has a little country vintagey look to it. And for the background, I chose the wood and the ivy. Now, for the photo pages and the journaling, again, I used the card page. And this is where I'd like to show you something that might work for your use. On one of the tags, I just fussy cut out the center so that you can insert your photo right behind it, and it makes an instant frame. And then for the embellishments, I used the card sheet. This has a full background on the back, but I just trimmed out some of the tags and some of the circles to use as an accent. The next layout is from the 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞 collection. This has a nice ethereal and actually a little more nature and woodsy theme to it built in. For the background, I used the constellation, and on this page, which is the reverse side, the moon. I added photo layers, and then I used this sheet to cut out the owl and the wolf and the feather, and then with the other pages I just selected those as additions. You can journal in this or put a little heading or a date to finish off your page. And I really thought we needed something little boy or baby, and the little boy, little girl collection is just really one of the nicest I've seen in a very long time. For the background, I used the striped, but if you look on the back, you also have a little image here. You could actually even use some of these as just borders and put it on a plain sheet. And then for the photos and the journaling cards, we have images on one side, and then you have the spaces for the journaling, or as I showed you before, just cut it out and you can use this as the frame for your photo. And then for additional embellishments, I used the circle sheet, and this is a really nice little background, so you could actually mix and match your layout. And here's the little girl layout. On this layout, I used the one side of the double-sided sheet, the one without the image on this side, and then I used the one with the image over here. And then on the tags and the photo sheets, and then for embellishments, on this one I just cut out the heart, add a little foam behind it for a little dimension, and you're ready to go. And the last layout is from the Princess collection. This is a newer collection also. And for the background, I selected the roses and borders. Some beautiful images on the back of these as well. And then for the photos, I simply cut out these images, just trimmed around the edges, and there again you can cut it out and insert a photo back there, but I've provided layers, photo layers and journaling cards. Now for a little extra embellishment, the decorative chips again. And for a little bit more, the chipboard. And these all coordinate perfectly with all the papers and all of the images. While all the layouts that we've just seen have used just the single double-sided sheets of paper, I thought I would just take a minute to show you part of the rest of the collection, and that includes the paper pads, the 12 by 12, starting with Imagine and Forest. Forest also has an 8 by 8 paper pad, and along with that are the die cuts. Sweetie is the other collection that we looked at. There's also an 8 by 8 paper pad and die cuts to go along with that. Now with Alice, there is a 12 by 12 10-sheet paper pad, but just introduced, and to go along with the gold embossed chipboard, is the 22-sheet single-sided paper pad. Alice also has die cuts. Now for the House of Roses, there's an 8x8 paper pad with that one as well, and die cuts. 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞. 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐽 also has an 8x8 paper pad and die cuts. Little Boy. That one has coordinating die cuts. Little Girl, die cuts. Provence. Provence has the 8x8 paper pad, which we used on the layouts. And finally, Princess. Princess also has an 8x8 and die cuts to go with that. And here's a photo of all the layouts that we did today with the product list. Well, I hope you had a good time looking at all the layouts today. And I'd like to mention that everything is available individually on the website except for the layers. But what I've done is put together everything you'll need to make all 10 layouts in one package. So what you would be getting is 32 sheets. You will get the layers included. The 8x8 pad Provence. You'll get 3 sheets of the decorative chips. And you'll also get the 3 chipboards. Also, I'll include a photograph of each layout so that you can do it as I've done it, or of course, be free to pick and choose and do the layouts any way you like. Now, I'll have it listed on my website as a kit. So as soon as this is over, you may take a look and see if you're interested, and I'll get them right out to you. Well, that's it for today. I really appreciate your watching, and I'd like to mention that I'm scheduled for the holiday scrapbook pages and also in December, the Mega Make and Take scrapbook. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.